Hello there. Today I am working on Rolodex art cards. It is right in the middle of the 100-day project, and for this year I've chosen, once again, because I did the same thing last year, Rolodex art cards. I want to just make a bunch of them, see how many that I can do within this period of 100 days. Here is my Rolodex that I'm working on at the moment. So I just do series of cards. I have lots of blank spaces still, lots of room in here to add more and more. So I want to see what I can do and how many I can add during this period of time for the 100-day project. My options are to take out these cards and collage on them individually. Usually in the case, I take two cards and I glue them together because they're super thin. So one single layer is not enough. Doubling up or even tripling up is not a bad idea. My second option, and what I'm doing today, is I am using these templates, these rotary cards templates. And what they are is they are full sheets of letter size paper, and they have the rotary card or Rolodex card in them already cut with these perforations. So it goes through the printer and then you separate them later. So that's what I am working on. I designed several sets of printables to use with these cards. Or cards, I don't know if they're called cards. Yes, cards. This is Avery template number 5385, and it's good for both laser and inkjet. It comes with 400 cards with 8 cards per sheet on each one of these, and you just load it, put it through your printer, and you can, print whatever you want on them. So I did 3 pages, 3 designs. And I am making these designs available to everyone. The link is in the description if you are interested in accessing the folder. I did more of these last year because I guess it's my tradition to do Rolodex art cards for the 100-day project. I did more of these last year, and in the folder there is access to all of them. So check it out if you are, if you would like to have access to these. So what I want to do first is I want to add some papers to this base layer first, so that when I run it through the printer, there is some papers already on there. And what I mean by this is I want to choose some small pieces like this. I want neutral colors because my designs are quite busy. So I have a couple of little envelopes of little scraps. These are sometimes pieces that come from other projects that I'm working on. Sometimes if I cut off a, edge of something and I'm like, oh, well, that's a nice piece of vintage paper, I don't want to throw it away, I just put them in these envelopes, and then that way, for projects just like this, for example, I can pull out a couple of them. I like ones that have just the tiniest bit of interest on them, just a few marks, a few numbers, letters. So I am going to create a bunch of these little cards using these pieces of paper. I have this Heidi Swap punch, and this is great for creating the little notches. You don't need to have this, you don't need to get it, but it can be useful. So it just cuts them out like this, and then I'm able to just glue them on and the notches are already cut out. I'll put the link in the description for this tool if you're interested in getting it. I do believe it's available on Amazon. So what I will do is put a bunch of layers onto these cards and then show you what they look like when they are done. All right, so here are my 2 pages. You can see that I picked pretty neutral colors, and I just wanted a little bit of interest because the print is going to be quite busy, quite dark. So I didn't want to overwhelm it with too many images or other illustrations. I wanted the print itself to be the illustration that is going to be on the card. Now, when I go to print, I'm not going to be using the file that has the outlines. I'm going to be using the one that looks like this, that has no outline on it. The one with the outlines, they're there for you. It's kind of like a map so that you can see basically where the boundaries are, so that when you go put down your papers, you have an idea of how it's going to print, how your cards are going to print. But once you do go to print, use the one that has no outlines. Don't forget to do a test run. Don't just wish for the best when you put your paper in. Do test with a blank sheet just to make sure. Take a pen on a blank piece of paper and write top or where you think it's going to print out, just to verify that it's printing the way you know it's going to print. I have already done this. I've spent a good 15-20 minutes putting my papers exactly so, and then ran it through the printer just to realize that I had it upside down. So do test. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go put this in the printer and I will be right back. Here they are. Here's what they look like so far. I am very happy with it. This page I absolutely love. I really love just the look of this, just the way it is. This one, okay, the images are very dark. Maybe I might lighten them perhaps when I go to print, maybe, I don't know, 70% or something, and do more of a gray scale rather than a stark black. But whatever, it's fine. I'm still going to play with some more coloring and things like that. So this is where I am right now. I can leave them as is and be done if I want to, but of course I want to add a few more things. I can see there are some spots here, perhaps here, where I can add some small embellishments. I can do more rubber stamping. I could add small paper bits. I could add postage stamps. Those are always my favorite, as you probably know. So I can just play with colors, play with whatever I want. I think I want some more red on here, so I will see what I can find. Look through here to get some red postage stamps as well. Should I put this down here perhaps? I love these numbers. Do that. Maybe, let me see about this one. Ooh, I have a lot of space here, here, here. Let's see. So as you can see, there are so many things that you can add onto your page once it comes out of the printer. I added a few embellishments with postage stamps, but you can also do rubber stamping, whatever you would like. There's one more thing I want to do. I have some soft pastels. I want to experiment with some coloring just with chalk or these pastels to add a little bit of color to them. So let's see here. I have this small little sponge that I'm going to use just to dab a little bit. Let's go with the blue over here. Let's go with this very similar green. So So you can see why I would not want to do this before I put it through the printer. I don't want any of this stuff, this residue, to be going into my machine. That's why afterwards is when you should apply any additional medium that is wet or dusty, dirty, whatever. So here are my colored pages. I like that these are very soft, kind of just blended tiny bit. These are a little bit stronger colors, but that's also a very interesting look. I'm happy with that. Now, you probably noticed that these are single side only. And this paper, if I feel it, I feel like it could also use a second layer. So what I will do is I will take a second sheet and I will glue it together with this one. Now, if I want to go ahead and collage this second sheet, perhaps run this one through the printer as well, I might do that separately and then glue them together afterwards. It's all entirely up to you, however you want to do it. So I have 3 that I have done. This one, and this one right here. This one, I experimented with those gelato crayons with a little bit of water. And then I decided, no, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with the chalk, and that's what I did, the pastel. Now for gluing together, I am going to just use this Yes paste with a old card. And I'm just gonna scrape some of this out. And apply it. Use whatever kind of glue you have, right? This kind of goes on pretty easily, so I figured that I would use this. Okay. Okay, once these are glued, then I can start to separate them. And these little notch pieces just tear right out. Here are the cards so far. Love this, love this. This side I really like. This is fine. Some you really like and some are just okay, right? This one does not have very much color on it. I might add something else to it. Ooh, this is really pretty. Another thing I can think about doing is defining the edges with a little bit of ink. It might help just to do that. Let's see. Perhaps I do. Oh, my ink is very dry. I need to get new ink. Re-ink this sucker. Yeah, that does look better actually. So that might be another thing that I add on to these. Okay. This is nice. Also very pretty. Very pretty. I like that one. Okay. I might do a little more rubber stamping in here. Could be. That's nice. That's good. Ooh, very pretty. I like that one. Nice. Cool. That's an interesting one. And then this one. Yeah. I also have a rubber stamp with a date, so I think I will find strategic locations on each of these cards and do that. This would be a good spot right here. You know, just a little date so that I know when I made them. This one is bugging me. It's a little bit too vibrant. It's not my style really. I think I might see if I can take off some of the color. It's just a little too much. But I will play with that a little bit more and see what I can do. But this side, oh, I love this. Very, very cool. I wonder if I could use a little bit of shading on this one as well. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Tiniest bit, just a tiniest bit. So when I go to put them in here, I have these dividers, these letter dividers. I don't have necessarily a theme or anything like that where these could go, but I will just put them in like this. Awesome. So go get those downloads, play with them, see what you could come up with. If you are interested in exchanging Rolodex art cards, right now in my membership in the Vintage and Collage Club, we are doing an exchange of Rolodex art cards. You sign up for a partner, and with this partner you will exchange 4 cards, front and back collaged. And you can have up to 4 partners that you sign up for. So if you create a bunch of collages using these templates, for example, this is the perfect time to exchange them with others and grow your collection if you would like to. Don't forget that you don't need a Rolodex holder for your cards. You can make one out of a simple little notebook. I show you how to do that in this video right here. So check that out if you are interested to learn more.